All right, top 10 smartest animals on Earth. We're counting down from 10 to 1, with an honorable mention or two thrown in along the way. Number 10, the honeybee. Yeah, a bee. Its brain has about a million neurons, and that bee understands the concept of zero. Researchers trained bees to fly to the card with fewer shapes, and when they showed them a blank card, the bees picked it. They ranked nothing as less than 1. That's a concept humans didn't formally write down until the 7th century. Almost no animals can do it. A bee can. Number 9. The dog. Dogs aren't general geniuses, they're specialists, and their specialty is us. Point at something and a dog follows your finger. Chimps mostly don't. Dogs read human gestures better than our closest relatives do. And a border collie named Chaser learned the names of 1,022 individual objects. Not tricks. Nouns. Number 8. The pig. Pigs have played video games. Actual joystick, actual screen, moving a cursor into a target. They figured out that the thing in their mouth controlled the thing on the display, which means they understood a symbol representing their own action. Think about that the next time you order bacon. Number 7. The orangutan. They don't smash their way out. They wait. An orangutan named Fu Manchu at the Omaha Zoo kept getting out of his enclosure. Staff assumed a keeper was leaving the door unlocked until they caught him picking the lock with a piece of wire. He'd been hiding the wire in his cheek between escape attempts, so nobody would find it on him. He was hiding evidence. Number 6. The African gray parrot. A bird named Alex knew about 100 words and actually understood them. But here's the part that gets me. Nobody taught him zero. He invented it. When his tray was empty, he started saying none, a word he'd learned for something else entirely because he needed a word for nothing and didn't have one. And one day he looked in a mirror and asked, "What color?" They told him gray. He's the only non-human animal ever recorded asking a question. He wanted to know what he was. Number 5. The elephant. Elephants recognize themselves in mirrors. They return to the bones of their dead and touch them. And they can tell the difference between human languages. One study found they reacted with fear to recordings of a group that historically hunted them and stayed calm hearing a group that didn't. Same words, different voice. They know who we are. Number 4. The dolphin. Dolphins have names. Not nicknames, signature whistles they invent for themselves as babies and keep for life. And other dolphins use that whistle to call them. They copy a friend's name to get their attention. That's a dolphin, in the ocean, saying somebody's name out loud. Number 3. The crow. Crows don't just use tools, they manufacture them. A New Caledonian crow named Betty was handed a straight piece of wire and a tube with food at the bottom, and she bent the wire into a hook. Another crow solved an 8-step puzzle on camera, in order, on the first try. All of that in a brain the size of a walnut, because bird neurons pack in way denser than ours. Number 2. The chimpanzee. You expected chimps here, but not for this. In Senegal, chimpanzees hunt with spears. They break off branches, strip them, and sharpen the ends with their teeth, then jab them into hollow trees to kill bush babies hiding inside. It's the only known case of a non-human animal making a weapon to hunt another vertebrate. And it's mostly the females and the young doing it. They invented that. We didn't teach them. Number 1. The octopus. Here's why. Everything else on this list is smart in a way that reminds you of us because we're related. The octopus isn't. Our last common ancestor was something like a flatworm, 600 million years ago. The octopus built a mind completely from scratch, and it built it wrong. 2/3 of its neurons aren't in its head, they're in its arms. Each arm partly thinks for itself. They solve puzzles, they open jars. And in 2016, an octopus named Inky pushed the lid off his tank at a New Zealand aquarium, crossed the floor, found a drain pipe about 6 inches wide, squeezed down it, and went home to the ocean. That's not a clever animal. That's evidence that intelligence can happen twice, independently, on the same planet. And now the honorable mention. Humans. Because obviously, we'd put ourselves on here. But look at what we just did. Every single animal on this list got ranked by how much it reminds us of us. Tool use, language, names, mirrors. We didn't measure intelligence, we measured resemblance. Of course we came out on top. We wrote the test. And honestly, we're not that impressive. We can't echolocate. We can't taste with our arms. A bee does math with a million neurons, while we need 86 billion to lose our keys. But there's one thing. Alex, the parrot, asked one question in his entire life. He looked in a mirror and asked what he was. We never stopped asking. We're the only animal that looks at every other animal and wonders what it's thinking. That's the whole thing. Not that we're the smartest, that we're the ones who can't stop wondering. Which is why you just watched a video about it. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.